Imagine the biggest, fanciest lunch table in the entire world. This isn't just a school cafeteria, it is Hollywood. In this place, everyone wants to sit at the cool table. They want to be popular, they want to be invited to the parties, and they want everyone to look at them. Now, imagine a new girl tries to sit at that table. She thinks she is the queen of the school. She thinks everyone has been waiting just for her to arrive. She puts on her best dress and her biggest smile. But when she walks up to the table, nobody moves. Nobody says hello. The coolest kids don't even look up from their trays. They just keep eating and talking like she isn't even there. It is quiet, it is awkward, and it is very embarrassing. That is exactly what is happening to Meghan Markle right now. She thought she was going to rule the school of Hollywood, but the other students are closing their locker doors in her face. And Tonight we are going to talk about the moment the most popular girl in class, a singer named Adele, made it very clear that Meghan cannot sit with her. If you thought Meghan Markle was finally going to become a huge Hollywood superstar, you might need to think again. Go grab a snack and get comfortable because we have a wild story to tell. This wasn't a small little fight. This wasn't something people whispered about quietly while hiding behind their hands. No, this was big. This time the cold shoulder came from Adele. You know Adele, she is the British queen of singing. She has an amazing voice and she does not put up with any nonsense. When she ignored Meghan, she did it so easily that people at the party said the whole room felt colder. It was like someone left the refrigerator door open. Let's picture the scene so you can see it in your head. Imagine a huge house in Beverly Hills that cost $165 million. That is more money than most people can even imagine. The house was shining like a giant diamond. Famous people were arriving one by one, just like it was a big awards show on TV. Suddenly, Meghan Markle walks in. She's dressed up very fancy, like she's trying to be the star of a spy movie. She has a huge smile on her face. She is glowing. She really believes that this is the night Hollywood will finally open its arms and say, "Welcome, we missed you so much." But Hollywood did not do that. Hollywood had a very different plan for the night. Across this beautiful, fancy room, Adele was standing with other very famous people. She was holding her drink and having a great time. She was living her best life. But then she allegedly refused to even look at Meghan. She didn't give a smile. She didn't give a little wave. She didn't even give that polite little nod you give to someone you don't really like but have to be nice to. She gave her nothing. The crazy part is that this isn't the first time this has happened. People say Adele has ignored Meghan before, but this time was different. This time, it happened in front of the most powerful people in the movie and music business. The whispering started right away. Everyone noticed. But guys, that was just the start of the night. When Meghan and Prince Harry walked into this party for Kris Jenner, they weren't just walking into a birthday celebration. They were walking into a room full of traps. It was filled with cold stares and awkward feelings. It had more uncomfortable energy than a fight in a middle school hallway, and that is where our story really starts. From the very moment Meghan and Harry got out of their car, they looked totally different. It was like they were at two different parties. Meghan came in looking like she had just won $1 million. Her hair was perfect. Her dress fit her perfectly. Her smile was bigger than the house they were visiting. She looked like she felt she had finally gotten the golden ticket. She had an invitation to Kris Jenner's 70th birthday party. This was an ultra-private party at a mansion owned by Jeff Bezos, one of the richest men in the world. To Meghan, being at this party meant she had succeeded. It proved she was important. But then there was Harry. To Harry, it looked like he was tricked into coming. He stepped out of the car looking like he would rather fight a fire-breathing dragon than have his picture taken. His face looked sad and miserable. He was standing stiffly. His hand was holding onto Meghan so tight, it looked like he was afraid she was dragging him into a haunted house. As soon as they walked through the big gates, the feeling in the room changed. People stopped talking for a second. Heads turned to look at them. But they didn't look because they were excited to see royalty. They looked in a way that said, "Oh, they actually came." We have to be clear about something. This was not a normal birthday party in a backyard with cake and balloons. This was like the Olympics for social climbers. Every guest there was powerful, rich, famous, or useful. Meghan thought she belonged in that group, but the vibe she got back was ice cold. Absolute ice. Now let's look closely at two other queens of the night, Mariah Carey and Martha Stewart. These women are legends. They don't even have to try to be mean to you. Just them being there makes you feel small. If they blink their eyelashes at you, it says a lot. If they stay silent, it says even more. Both of them have a history with Meghan. Let's talk about Mariah Carey first. A few weeks before this party, someone asked Mariah if she had met any royals. Did she talk about Meghan? No. She skipped right over Meghan's name. She talked about Fergie instead. Fergie hasn't been a main royal for years. Mariah remembered Fergie, but she ignored Meghan. So imagine putting these two women in the same room. The air was filled with electricity. You could feel the tension in your bones. Mariah didn't fake anything. She didn't smile or say, "Hey girl." She just floated around the room like Meghan was invisible. Then there is Martha Stewart. Martha doesn't do messy drama. She is a grown woman who runs big businesses. Her type of shade is classy and expensive. It feels like a compliment at first, but later you realize it wasn't. She made a comment saying, "I hope Meghan knows what she is doing." In Martha's language, that means she thinks Meghan absolutely does not know what she is doing. Martha built a huge company with hard work and skills. She even rebuilt her life after going to prison. Meghan built her fame on interviews, so while Martha was talking to Snoop Dogg and billionaires, Meghan was walking in circles. She was looking for someone to talk to. She wanted someone who wouldn't turn away. She wanted someone who would make her feel important. She thought that person might be Adele. Oh, poor Meghan, she was very wrong. This is the part of the story everyone wants to hear. Adele, yes, the famous Adele, the icon, the woman whose voice can break your heart and hit high notes at the same time. Here is why Adele being there was surprising. Adele does not usually go out to parties. She does not like paparazzi taking her picture. She does not care about silly Hollywood stuff. She only goes to parties if she really, truly cares about the person hosting it. So the fact that Adele went to Kris Jenner's party shows that Kris is very important, but it also set up a perfect storm for Meghan Markle. You see, the last time Meghan tried to get Adele to like her, she allegedly sent a gift. It was a fancy basket filled with expensive lemons and jars of jam. What was Adele's reaction? She sent it back, returned to sender. There was no thank you note, there was no smiley face, not even a polite no thanks, just a hard no. So Meghan walked into this party knowing that history. She knew there was tension. She knew this woman once sent her gift back like it was a broken toy. But still, Meghan saw Adele across the room and decided to try again. She thought tonight might be the night she fixes things. Harry actually used to be friendly with Adele in the past. He was probably thinking, finally, there is someone I know, I won't feel weird talking to her. The couple started walking toward Adele. Witnesses inside the party promised that things got freezing cold right then. As Meghan and Harry got closer, Adele suddenly became very busy talking to someone else. She started moving her hands and talking a lot. She turned her shoulders away. Her eyes never moved toward Meghan and Harry. She didn't even look at them by accident. Meghan slowed down, hoping Adele would look at her. Harry waited, hoping Adele would notice him, but Adele didn't even pretend to see them. Adele does not like drama, but she does like boundaries. And tonight, Meghan Markle was on the wrong side of those boundaries. Now here is where the story gets really deep. While Harry was wandering around a Hollywood mansion looking lost and sad, something important was happening back in London. A new star was rising. His name is Prince George. This year, on Remembrance Sunday, George took a big step. He wasn't just a little kid standing next to his parents anymore. He was part of the ceremony. He was watching and learning. He was growing into his future job. He looked calm and respectful. He was focused. He looked like a boy who is slowly becoming the future king. Meanwhile, Harry was at a party with disco lights and rich people holding fancy drinks. The difference was brutal. Prince George is being trained for duty and leadership. Harry is being photographed next to a fountain inside a house, looking like he regrets every choice he ever made. The royal family is moving forward with new people stepping up. Harry is moving sideways into parties and circles that don't really want him. Whether Meghan realizes it or not, this difference is becoming a story the whole world can see. One prince is rising up and one prince is fading away. It isn't hate. It isn't judgment. It is just what happens when you make certain choices. After a night full of fake smiles and people ignoring them, the photos from the party went onto the internet, and the internet did what it always does. People looked at every tiny detail. They looked at Harry's face, which showed pure misery. They looked at Meghan's face, which was smiling like she was hosting a TV show. Their body language was totally out of sync. They did not match at all. This is where the whispers started. Why does Harry look so sad? Why does Meghan look so happy? Are they thinking the same things anymore? Is their marriage okay? People weren't trying to be mean. The photos were just very clear. Harry looked heavy, like he was carrying a big weight. Meghan looked determined. He looked like he wanted to go home and sleep. She looked like she wanted to stay until the sun came up. People who know them added more fuel to the fire. They said this night showed that there is tension behind the scenes. They have different goals. There is a growing gap between what Harry wants and what Meghan wants. There are serious questions about where they are going. This wasn't just a bad night. It was like seeing a loose thread on a sweater and pulling it until the whole thing falls apart. It was a crack in their shiny image, and everyone noticed it. By the time the clock hit midnight, the party was still going on, but the story of Harry and Meghan as a power couple was crashing. Here is the truth. Hollywood watches everything. They watch every time you walk in a room. They watch every time you leave. They watch every smile and every time someone ignores you. What Hollywood saw that night said a lot. Their deals with Netflix are not doing as well as people hoped. Spotify stopped working with them completely. Meghan's new brand was delayed again. People are still upset about Harry's book. They are becoming less popular in America and in England. Famous people are staying away from them. They don't have big movie roles. They don't have huge wins. There is just constant drama that hides their actual work. Hollywood does not hate Harry and Meghan. Hollywood is just bored, and Hollywood has a rule. Once the drama stops making money, people stop inviting you to things. That night showed the industry exactly where the couple stands. They are not the bosses. They are not the leaders of culture. They are not Hollywood royalty. They are just watchers trying to fit into a group that stopped wanting them a long time ago. And Adele ignoring them, that was the final sign. It was the moment that said, "You are no longer part of this story, and you cannot force your way into ours."